This is the Cholo News Report for Saturday 12 May 2018. Israeli troops open fire with tear gas and live ammunition on Palestinian protesters for the sixth week in a row. One person is killed, and 146 others wounded by live rounds, with some protesters in turn throwing stones and burning tires. A Palestinian has been killed and hundreds more have been wounded amid fresh violence at the final Friday protest in 6 weeks of demonstrations at Gaza's border with Israel. The clashes broke out days before weeks of protests, aimed at ending a decade-old blockade of Gaza, culminate in a planned mass march expected to involve tens of thousands of people. 44 Palestinian protesters have been killed and more than 2,000 wounded by Israeli army fire, since the weekly protests led by Gaza's ruling group Hamas began in late March. 3 Israelis are arrested after filming themselves attempting to fly a kite, carrying an incendiary device into the Gaza Strip, in reference to the same tactic used by protesters in Gaza. The kite crashes on Israeli territory where it starts a small fire. A video of the incident shows Busaglo setting fire to a piece of cloth tied to a kite, and trying to fly it into Gaza. The owner of Cheeky Rafiki, a yacht that capsized in the Atlantic in 2014 with the loss of 4 lives, is given a suspended sentence in England for the accident. He was earlier convicted of operating the vessel unsafely but acquitted of manslaughter. Mr. Justice Terr called on the maritime regulatory authorities to tighten the rules governing the inspection of yachts. He said that Innes was unaware of a fault with a bolt, and that a survey of the vessel, which went missing more than 700 miles off the coast of Nova Scotia, may not have identified the problem. Katie Ware, a director of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency, said she had personally pledged to the families that rules would change as a result of this case. James Harrison, an 81-year-old Australian whose blood was used in the development of a treatment for disease that has been credited with saving the lives of over 2 million infants in his country alone, donates blood plasma for the final time, after having regularly donated for over 60 years. Harrison's remarkable gift of giving started when he had major chest surgery when he was just 14, the Australian Red Cross Blood Service said. Doctors aren't exactly sure why Harrison has this rare blood type, but they think it might be from the transfusions he received when he was 14, after his surgery. That would be more than 2 million lives, according to the Blood Service, and for that Harrison is considered a national hero in Australia.